I hope this is working, or if not, I'm gonna like literally kill myself.
Welcome back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Chat Club podcast. It's been a very long minute since we saw that.
It's been definitely a minute. Oh my god. It was crazy getting everything like all set up to do this again.
I know, same. Like it was taking me a little bit. Like, let's just take a second to the podcast gods and like pray that there is no technical difficulty. If not, like if there is, like we're just not gonna post this episode. Like you guys don't even know we're coming back. So
this is a surprise for sure.
This is a surprise for sure.
Oh my god, how's your summer been, Brandon?
You know, since we took our little hiatus, this summer has been very busy. Like this summer has been just so busy. It's like I'm not even home for like a week straight. I feel like I'm always leaving and on the go. So it's been really busy. How's your summer been?
Good. It's actually been really good. You know, my friend Jamie, I introduced the whole fantasy world of Lord of the Rings to her. She's never seen it before.
What?
Nor The Hobbit. Yeah. So we had like a full on big what is the
marathon?
Yeah, marathon binge of it. We just finished the last Hobbit movie.
Fun.
So yeah, she really liked it. She's like, I can't believe I never watched it. I you know, but it, you know, when everyone is fascinated with one thing and they're all talking about it, it makes you like not want to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was like kind of her. Okay. Also, same with her with Harry Potter. And I'm like, you can't just because something's good doesn't mean you don't get to refuse to watch it.
1000%. And also, like, I feel as if I was also kind of like a hater on Harry Potter. Because there was kind of like a rival between Harry Potter and Twilight, if you don't remember.
I accepted both.
Oh, really? Okay, so you were like you were bi fandom.
Oh, yeah, sure. Is that a thing?
I don't know. I just made it up.
It is now.
It is now.
Is that the title of this episode?
No. Title of this episode is probably like clickbaity. So we can like get some momentum back up. I feel like we're going to press publish and like 2 people are going to see it.
And those are the 2 real ones right there.
2 real ones. Except we have gained like 11 subscribers.
Oh, that's good.
Since our hiatus. And I'm like, are these people just like watching like old episodes? This is weird.
That's so funny.
I know. Oh I know. So yeah, I'm just okay. I don't know. That's
Yeah. I'm also now getting ready because I work at daycare. So starting in a couple weeks when September rolls around, I'll get like a whole brand new class. Usually it's just a few new ones.
Right.
But no, it's all new. So getting
you know what we should do?
All new faces, all new personalities. What?
We should reintroduce ourselves to any newcomers.
Oh, okay. I'm Faith.
This is Faith. My name's Brandon.
This feels
so weird. Okay, so Faith and I have been best friends since 8th grade, since middle school. We've been inseparable ever since.
Yeah, we really bonded through Twilight.
1000%.
Through any like pop music icon. One Direction.
One Direction.
We loved Miley Cyrus.
Love her.
Very much.
Love her.
We bonded through Charmed.
Yes, because that's like my. If you guys, if you know, you know. Charmed is like my all-time fave. But yeah.
And we also like through choir class.
Yes, through choir class we really grew a bond.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so like
we held that shit together.
We carried that group. No,
especially you in the men's section. Yes.
Yeah, me and Carter Blackowitz. No, so we have been. Do you know what I remember? I'm gonna block this out, but was in our choir.
Yeah, for a little second. Yeah. I think like only 1 year.
I swear to God, I blacked that out. I think his senior year.
Did he go to New York? I thought he only joined to go to Florida, which would have been his junior year. Yeah, he wouldn't have gone to New York.
Oh, wild.
His senior year.
Yeah, because we would have been sophomores. Because we went to New York when we were seniors.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, wait. I don't know. I don't remember.
Interesting.
Hmm.
But anyways, so Faith and I have been best friends for a very, very long time.
Sorry, we got sidetracked.
And yeah, so, and we wanted to start our podcast. We started our podcast almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years ago in February, which is so
my
crazy. I brought up the idea to Faith a few years ago from watching The Toast and like kind of getting inspiration. Faith and I have always dreamed of being out there in some way or another. We love attention.
Yes.
I've always like wanted to be in the social media space. Faith has always wanted to be in the art space. I just think that this is a good outlet for creativity for both of us.
Yeah, and it's a nice little hobby too.
Hobby for us. It's a passion project for sure. And yeah, we're just having fun. We're having fun.
Yeah.
This is what this is for. Podcast is fun. If you're looking for fun, we got it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
yeah, so that's us.
That's us. Faith, like I don't know if we're gonna do stories. I don't know. There's some like topics I definitely want to like touch into and like talk about. But there's some things that have happened over the summer that really changed
so many announcements. And
so many
shit
announcements.
like that.
So many changes. So many everything. The world. America. Seriously. Are we even a country? Like, I don't know.
Who knows anymore?
But for real, like, what was something that happened this summer that literally, like, you were so blown away?
Well,
like, so, like, pop culture wise.
Okay, I was like, do we bring in politics?
No,
I was gonna say, my dad texted me about Donald Trump. I'm like, huh?
Donald Trump getting shot? Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like,
I mean, honestly, like, I don't wish death upon anybody. Like, if we're like trying to shoot people still, like, that's sad. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we need to fix that in our world, or in our society, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Oh, did you hear about how Matthew Perry's death has become a murder now?
Yes. Like a ton of
Yeah, I remember talking about that as a story on one of our podcast episodes months ago.
Like a few doctors have been arrested.
Yeah. No? Well, yeah, because they were taking advantage of his disease, of his addiction issues,
right?
And was like giving him like
ketamine
huge amounts. Yeah, huge amounts of that ketamine stuff. So I heard that's what they did with Michael Jackson too. I'm like, damn, why is it all the good ones?
I thought Michael Jackson's medication was like due to like cardiac reasons.
Like that's what causes cardiac arrest, or he was taking, so he didn't go under cardiac arrest.
Because I don't think he went into cardiac arrest. I think like he became unconscious and then drowned in the pool. Like he was too.
Wait, are we talking about Michael Jackson? I don't think there was
Matthew
a
Perry.
For Michael
Matthew Perry.
Okay, it's like
because I thought he went into cardiac arrest and then died because he was like having a heart attack.
Right. That's what I was first told, but now apparently he overdosed. Then it didn't seem like an overdose, so then he just drowned in his own hot tub.
Right. So that's crazy.
Either way,
doctors
rest in peace.
Either way, doctors have been arrested. Like people have been arrested for a crime.
Yes. Freakier Fridays is in the works.
Freakier Friday. Okay.
I love seeing their BTS like behind the scenes shit.
It's cute. It's cute. I see a lot of it.
Okay. Can we talk about? So I'm a little behind in the times, but can we talk about Demure?
Demure, being being classy, being mindful.
Yes, very mindful, very demure.
Yeah.
So, is that just you being classy yet humble, or?
I think it's kind of like a way of life. Like it's kind of like being
like sassy, but also like
being demure, being polite, knowing your manners, like being respectful of other people and like other people's like.
Oh,
place.
no sassy.
No sassy. Respectful. That's like demure. It's like it also has like a class to it. Like a certain like it's like classy to be demure.
Okay.
Like I love
that.
You're talking about Jules. Like Jules is like viral moment.
No, it's all over TikTok and all over social media just using the word demure.
Yeah.
Mindful.
Jules started it.
Who's Jules?
Jules is like the original creator. She's trans and she like blew up using the demure trend. She started it. She's like, you see how I go to work? I'm wearing eyeshadow, not too much eyeshadow because I'm demure, you know?
Okay, I just didn't know her name, but yes, I have
Jules.
seen
Yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah. She's so funny.
Okay.
I saw her like getting off of the plane, and she goes, "You see how I stay in my seat and I don't get up when the plane lands? That's demure. That's mindful." And I'm like, period.
Girl. I
Girl.
love how she's like teaching respect in a
Yes.
very like passive aggressive, but yet not passive aggressive kind of a way.
I think it's funny
Like,
that we went
she's
from
getting the point across for sure.
1000%. I think it's funny that we went from like brat summer to
Yes.
demure. Like,
Demure.
like literally, and then, like, I'm like, girl, you cannot. Because people are like, I'm brat. Like, we're having a brat summer. And I'm like, you can't be brat and demure at the same time. The two do not
But
relate.
can you?
No, the two are literally quite opposite. Being brat is like being disrespectful, like
Oh,
going
I thought it
fucking
was
crazy.
just-
Like being a brat and like being a bitch and like all those things. Like that is like brat energy.
I suppose.
I'm just using Charlie XCX's words, not mine.
I guess Angela from Big Brother is giving Brat the same.
Yeah, for sure. She is not being
I'm like,
demure.
I see.
Like Mackenzie,
demure.
Mackenzie, demure, mindful.
Is a little bit.
How is she not?
I mean, okay, just not in the DR, but that's her personal opinion.
Yeah. So if
She
you
doesn't actually push it onto other people in public.
right,
Which is, yes,
right,
demure.
demure. So you guys, if you guys have been part of this podcast for a long time, you know that we did BB recaps, and on this podcast, Big Brother recaps. If you guys don't know, and because it's a show that Faith and I have watched for a lot of years, and I watched it with my family. Faith watched it with hers, and so we kind of bonded over that as well. But so this new season, there's been a new season. We're currently on our 5th week, like entering our 5th week, and
That's wild.
I know. And like, how do you think this season is going?
So far, very eventful. There's not a dull episode.
No.
Which sometimes that's what the case is in the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
With a lot of house guests and not a whole lot of drama because
Right.
everyone wants to play it safe at first.
Right.
But then we have Tucker. And Angela. And those are the two pot stirrers of the house.
Those are the
and
two most
we love that.
entertaining human beings in this show.
And I feel like in the show's entirety.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't had a good house guest like that in a while.
Long time. Well, I think that this season has been one like no other. I do think that this season brought 3 things to the table. Okay. They changed. Every season has a theme. Every season has a theme. Like a few years ago, it was multiverse. And
That was last year,
Multiverse. The year before that was like summer vibes, or I don't know what it was.
There was like temptations.
Yes.
So there was like a tree where you could pick an apple and it could be a temptation or it could be like a saving power or something.
Right. So they always have themes.
Yeah.
And so this year the theme is AI, which is like very fitting because AI is very much in our culture now.
Just like how Multiverse was last year.
Yeah, Multiverse was so cringe. Listen, that season needs to be in the trash.
I just don't like that word. Like, it's ruined for me.
No, for real. And so we've been watching a season that has been generated by AI, and it started out being like nobody knew it was going to be an AI season. From the promotions, it looked AI, whatever. But Ainsley is the AI person who is controlling the Big Brother house, and she gifted 2 people with the power of like AI powers, which is like HOH deepfake and America's veto. And those 2 powers changed the game.
It did. Well, I mean, not so much for the America's veto, only because literally everyone knew about the power at that time.
Right. Like,
and
it
was
feel
a huge surprise.
I feel as if like those 2 things were so important. I think what made it entertaining this season right away out of the get-go was Angela. Her character, she made week 1 not so fucking boring.
Yeah.
Like that,
but also a little uncomfortable. But that's what you need.
But that woman is like seriously so fucking funny. And I'm still convinced that this, like, her game is controlled by Ainsley.
Either by her or by the network. Okay.
Yeah, like literally, I don't know what it is. Like she has to be a plant.
Well, she's literally been on 3 CBS.
Yeah. What is with
television things?
like half of the cast already being on TV shows?
Right. I thought this is where you're supposed to get your start.
Right.
From the and also, aren't y'all supposed to be poor?
Literally.
How are y'all going? How do you all know these celebrities and also are going on all these TV shows?
I just don't get it. Like they are, and I thought like how you get on Big Brother. I guess like the more I learn every year, I feel like every year I like learn more about the show. Like back behind the scenes, you know how it's run and how it's orchestrated.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real, no. For real, like. Tucker being in the modeling industry, entertainment industry, he was probably recruited to be on the show. And then he's friends with Cody, who is a past winner. And like he's played on the show twice. And also from Traders. Like
yeah,
and
he's
then
an all-star.
Right. And then also like Tucker, do you know who Tucker knows?
He knows someone in the house?
Knows someone that we know.
Like us personally know someone?
Well, I don't, not so much you, but me. But you know of her.
Okay.
Brooke Jarko.
How does this girl know everyone?
Literally, I was like, oh, wait. How? But
how do you know?
Because they follow each other.
That could be anything.
But
She's
they're both
gorgeous.
But I know,
He's gorgeous.
but they're both models, so like
yeah. They're all connected.
They're all connected. It's a little web. Anyways,
but he's hilarious. He's literally a Boston Jim Carrey. And I told you that from the get-go.
And then?
And everyone started saying it.
Yes.
And I'm like, yep. I fucking told you.
You started it. You started the
I know.
thing.
I just didn't tell anyone. I just only told you.
Yeah, I know.
But still.
But yeah, I leaked it. I like gave it to CBS. So I was like, listen, this is the take.
This is it.
Yeah. But I didn't know, like, I guess, like, Taylor Hale, like, didn't audition for the show. Someone recruited her from her Instagram and to ask her to be on the show.
Taylor Hale?
The winner.
Sorry.
Taylor.
I didn't know her last name.
Yeah.
My bad.
And so she won being recruited or whatever. She was on the show. And then.
Well, she was also, like, a pageant queen. Like
yeah.
She was like Miss whatever state she's from, Miss Michigan or something.
Yeah, Michigan is right. Yeah. And then also there's like casting calls where you like show up and like interview with these people.
Which also makes sense because they are going to be on TV. You don't want someone who's just going to be super awkward and weird in front of the camera and the DR. Like.
Right. Like you don't just like submit a video and then call it a day on the website. Like you can do
just
it.
Be like, I'm in.
Right, you can do that. And then like but it takes like for me what I've learned is like if you submit a video, it only certain people get chosen the first time. Like multiple people have to like Kenny, he auditioned for the show 5 times.
Yeah.
Yikes. Interesting. And
he did not last long.
Angela and Tucker are the two most Tucker being entertaining because he's one goofy and like what is he?
Well, and he's just blunt. Like,
yeah.
He don't give a shit.
No, he does not give a shit. And then also like, he's so unpredictable, and that's what I like. Mm-hmm. See, I would like to think if I was in the Big Brother house, I would be very blunt and forward. But that's like, I feel like I would play a game of being like, I'm going to be everybody's best friend.
Like you'd be like T-Core.
Yeah.
Like she's laying low, but she's also making moves without anyone really knowing.
So to bring up Demure again,
Uh-huh.
Someone goes, see how T-Gar goes and does her goes into the DR room and does her voting. She sits down, very demure, votes, and walks away. No shout outs, very mindful of people's time. Literally,
the no shout outs got me.
Literally, I was like,
no shout outs, very mindful.
It's like, I'm dying. I'm dying.
Oh my God.
And
well, you can't even understand them most of the time anyway, whenever
they
do
and I'm like,
how do I get it? Bye guys. I'm like, so
dude, this is so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
But like, yeah. I would be giving shout outs if I was on the show too.
Yeah, I like to think I would too, but I would also like to think like I'm demure.
Right. Very classy.
But it's live. I feel like I would just stutter my words and be like, I don't know.
Right.
Okay. Bye, Julie.
Right.
Like,
right. Well, So, anyways, this season, you know how Blaine is. Like,
Yeah.
Blaine does not like Big Brother or whatever.
Yeah,
This
he's not into
season,
it.
he is so invested.
Really?
He
Is
is
it because of Tucker?
so invested. Well, he wants Tucker to win. He didn't like Tucker at first, and then he is like, "I want Tucker to win." And
I
then
did too. I wasn't. I didn't care for him.
he hates Quinn. I think like I had a hatred for Quinn. Blaine has topped the cherry on that.
So I used to really like him. I was actually wanting him to be the winner of Big Brother because I kind of like. Everyone chooses one right off the bat when you first watch the first episode. Right?
Yeah.
So that's how I was with Quinn. That's how I was last year with Jag. I actually called the right one last year.
You did.
But no, the more I see him, he is a funny guy, but he isn't the winner of Big Brother in my eyes. He's making Leah uncomfortable in the house.
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen that?
Yes, I've been seeing a lot of things. And she like flat out told him today or like maybe last night, like flat out told him like, listen, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in you.
I guess he straight up told Tucker saying like, I will literally toss my game out the window if Leah like wanted to be with me.
Now, you see, I would tell, if I was Leah, I would use that to my advantage. I'd be like, yeah, I'd be with you.
That's
what
what Rubina was telling her. She's like, at least you know you're good. Like, you're in good hands.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to be.
All right, Leah,
Also
but
true.
like Leah, I love Leah. She's cute and adorable. But like, what is your game?
No.
Also, Cam, waste of space.
Yeah, he's just pretty.
He's just like there.
Also, I wish Chelsea would do better in her game.
Yes. I wish
'Cause I
she
like
was
Chelsea.
HOH, but like she didn't. Her HOH was like meh.
Yeah, I feel like it was more taking over by other people.
Right.
so.
And I think that it's funny how like Quinn on Quinn's HOH, one of his alliance members went home. Well, I was what? Go on.
Okay, yeah.
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say it was uncomfortable watching him cry with those big yellow fly glasses.
1000%.
You could have taken them off.
You could have taken them off.
It just
Well,
magnified
everything.
the puffy cry eyes. I don't like it.
I
Not demure.
not demure, not mindful.
No.
No. Mackenzie winning that AI arena. Oh, that's another thing that they added to the game was AI arena. So you don't know
yes.
who goes home at the end of the week.
Which also is kind of like absolutely crazy.
Because you can't backdoor
You
anymore.
can't backdoor anyone.
You cannot
Yes.
backdoor anybody.
That's exactly it. That's why Tucker's living his fucking life in there.
Yeah, because if he
No one can get rid of him.
no, and it's like it does make the veto. It doesn't make the veto like it does and it doesn't. Like because it's basically a second veto competition.
Yeah.
But it's like I think that they're trying to capture what happens during a double elimination. Like they're trying to capture that moment every episode. You know what I mean? Where it's like high stress.
My stress was high. Robina and Mackenzie, they were so close last week.
Seconds apart.
And the camera was really only focusing on Robina at that time. So I'm like, yes, go.
Right.
And then it was already rung out because Mackenzie already beat her to it.
Yeah.
For hitting the button at the last time. But
That was
anyway, we
crazy.
should probably move on. We've been talking about this.
Yeah.
so much.
Sorry,
Yeah.
we're moving on. But I'm going to go back to in news and pop culture that changed the directory of my summer. And
Yes, sorry, we totally skipped over.
I mean,
that.
no,
I'm
totally
sorry.
fine. I'm going to bring it back up. So we're good.
It's our show. We
It's
can
our show. We can do whatever the fuck we want. So basically, what changed my life drastically was the passing of Shannon Doherty.
Brandon, I was like, celebrity deaths, were there some? And oh my God. You know what? I'm happy you said it because you're the one that
Yeah.
was hurt the most through it.
Literally, I woke up. So, okay, listen, it's so fucking sad, but I'm going to take a moment and I'm just going to talk about it. Okay. So Shannon Doherty, who you guys do not know, probably, you don't know her, probably. I don't know. You probably know her. I don't know.
She has a select audience.
She is a select audience. Like she is like for very much for like millennials, and also like people older. But so she was very popular in 90210, Beverly Hills 90210, not the reboot, the original. And she played Brenda. And then after that show, she went and played Prudence in Charmed. And that's when I fell in love with her. And she was like my girl from the start. And I love her. And she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2016. And was in remission from in 2018 and then got cancer again in 2020 and found out that it was breast cancer again, but it also traveled to her brain. And so then she had brain cancer she was diagnosed with brain cancer in 2022. And she was literally such a fighter, like fighting for her life.
Most definitely.
And she recently came out with a podcast, Let's Be Clear. And I listened to it, and she like talked about like the intimate details about her cancer battle and her life and her marriage and her divorce and her time on past shows like Charmed and 90210. And a week before her passing, Charmed has a podcast called House of Hallowell. And prior to, because it went on a hiatus and for almost a year, and then all of a sudden it comes back signed with an agency, iHeartRadio. And they announced that Shannon Doherty was going to be a new host on the podcast. And so, and she was kind of like taking the podcast into her reins, and she was going to like basically direct how the podcast went and how it was going to be run and how it was going to go. And so they released one episode announcing, you know, Prudence's reawakening or whatever. They like called it like Welcome Home Prudence Halliwell or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like a week later she died. And that is just like, I remember waking up and like my mom texted me and was like, Brandon, Shannon Doherty died. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And then I go on Twitter and it's like everywhere. And I'm like, 53 years old, died of cancer. That is so fucking sad.
She was young, only 53.
So young. And it kind of just like changed my life because like she recorded 5 episodes of House of Halliwell before her passing. So they've been slowly releasing new episodes for the past like 5 weeks of like episodes that she recorded. And it's so sad listening to them now because she talks about the future like it's just like so bright. And
yeah,
how
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like she talks about like the reboot of Charmed and like what would happen if they rebooted it and how she would bring Prue back into the mix and how she would like to have her character meet Paige and like all these things. And she was just like, I would love to direct an episode. I would love to direct like the special. And like, she is just like, I can't wait to watch like my death scene. I can't wait to watch Paige or Rose McGowan on the show. I have never seen an episode of hers. She goes, this is the first time she's ever watched Charmed in her life. She only filmed it and then she never saw it. And so, it's just really, really sad.
Yeah.
So that changed my life.
Well, like, if you guys don't realize, Brandon was such a big Charm fan. Like, even from the get-go when he was a kid, he always wanted, if he was going to have a daughter, he was going to name her Prudence.
Yes.
Because he loved Shannon Doherty as that character
so much. Yeah. So much.
Yeah. How old were you when you think you started watching Charmed?
So I was probably, this is going to be so embarrassing. I was probably like 6 years old. And do you know how I found it?
I started watching it with my grandma.
Okay, great. Okay, so do you know how I found it? I was flipping.
Was it on reruns?
Yes, on TNT. And yeah.
Or on Spike TV?
Yeah.
Oh, it's TNT.
TNT, yeah.
Something like that.
And I was flipping through the channels and I was annoyed because I missed like Lizzie McGuire or something, or That's So Raven on Disney Channel. You know, like they would do in the mornings they would have their shows.
Right.
And so I missed it and I was like, fuck, whatever. And so I flipped it. And do you know what episode my first episode I watched?
Which one was it?
It was the death episode of Shannon Doherty.
So, at least you weren't shocked when you rewatched it.
No, so like
when you actually started this show.
But you have to understand the way TNT first aired the show, they weren't back-to-back episodes. they were
Right.
like one episode was one from one season and another episode was from another season. And so like
yeah,
it
yeah.
didn't like, so to me, like her flying through the wall, and then the next episode I see her, but she was much younger, like me 6 years old, 6 or 7. I was like, oh, okay. Like,
What's happening?
yeah, you know what I mean? Like I was like, my brain didn't compute what was like
Yeah.
going on. And then like they started like, I don't know what changed. I was like watching it like here and there. I probably like started watching it religiously when I was like 10 years old. And that's when I like every morning I watched the episodes from until I had to leave for school. And then every night, like once we got home from school, this episode started at 4. I better be fucking home at 4:20, so I only miss half of the episode. And then it goes until 6. And like, so like that was my life until, fuck, I don't know. I've seen every episode.
Yeah. I mean, you also have them all on DVD.
Yes,
That's
I was.
crazy.
That's another one where like I would like I found it at Walmart, and I convinced my mom to buy me all the DVDs.
At Walmart.
Yeah, and for my 12th birthday, I got all the Charmed action figures.
Oh gosh, not the action figures.
Yes.
Oh jeez. When I first started watching with my grandmother, I started with, what season is it? When Billy is it the 5th one? The 5th season?
Billy,
Yeah.
like Kaylee Coco or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the last season.
That's the one I started on.
That's crazy.
I know. So when I would watch it, I'm like, what? Who's this other chick? Where's Paige? Where's Billy?
yeah. Yeah.
Why does Phoebe have short hair? Ah.
I watched I remember like watching the show because like that season aired on TV, and then like TNT would take the episodes that aired and rerun them. And so I was watching it the same year, like at like 7 years old in my room. And I remember like they would do like behind the scenes bonus episodes or something like that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, because so I watched the very last season first.
Yeah.
As one does.
As one does.
And then they would play an episode again, like how you said, like from the first season. I'd be like all caught off guard because I'm like, why is Piper not with Leo?
Right.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, because they would just like take random episodes. Yeah.
Why is she in the elevator with this some fucking rando?
Right.
Why
does she have bangs?
He's a demon. He's a demon. Y'all, her boyfriend is a demon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when I got to the part about Phoebe and her demon lord lover.
Demon man.
I didn't like Phoebe then.
No.
We didn't roll with Phoebe then.
No, we didn't. We didn't claim her.
I did when I was a kid. She was my favorite, but
That's so funny that she was your favorite.
I think it's just because she was like the fashion, like bubbly.
That's
like,
totally
don't
fair.
give a shit kind
Yeah.
of girl. She made everyone think she's the favorite,
Yeah. No,
and I fell for it.
I
Aaron
feel like,
Spelling did that to us.
I think that's like but also like very much meshed into Alyssa Milano's personality.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Pick me. Very pick me.
Yes. So, do you know Shannon Doherty had a list of people that were not allowed to be at her funeral?
Oh. We had a do not
attend.
enter
list. Yeah, do not
Okay.
attend. Alyssa Milano was on there.
I figured as much.
Jenny Garth was on there.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought they were friends.
It was not as bad as Alyssa Milano, but I thought they resolved their differences after she announced that she was sick for the second time.
Yeah, because they went to 90s Con together and they sat next to each other.
Yeah. So
I thought that was weird that she was on the list, but maybe it's because she's like, if you guys aren't gonna like, if we haven't spent like a lot of time together, like genuine time,
maybe
I don't
just
want
for
you
the
there.
real ones.
Yeah. So, anyways, that is something that changed my life. And anyways, speaking about like old shows that I watch, whatever. I'm more than halfway through watching Pretty Little Liars. And I do want to say I'm on season 5.
Okay.
The show was
Allison?
okay. Yeah, Allison's alive and she's back.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Where are you?
Where
are you?
Yeah. So she's back. She's like, she just came back to high school.
Akko.
I do want to say the show was much better when she was dead.
Well, they did nothing with her character. They made her so bland and not interesting anymore.
It was hard because like, this character, you got this idea, but you didn't like, actually, you don't know this character. You don't know who she is. You don't know what she stands for. You only know bits and pieces of her life because of the flashback scenes. She only has like one full episode that she was in, and that was the Halloween episode. And like, so you, and like the only time you get to see her is like, she's a complete fucking bitch. And so,
and yet that was all their best friends.
Right. And so all of a sudden, like,
memorial for that bitch.
She like comes back, and I'm like, wait. How does this fucking work? Like, Allison's gone for 2 years. She comes back. The group are now stronger together, and they're more connected, and they're more emotionally bonded with one another because of the traumatic experiences that they had to endure because of Allison. Like, and then all of a sudden they're like, we miss you. And it's like, bitch, she's the reason why this shit happened to you.
Yeah. Toxic. That whole show is toxic. There's a lot of things that are messed up, but that's what makes good TV, my friend.
True. And also, I do want to say, it got weird in season 3 when they brought supernatural shit into it. I didn't like it. I thought it was dumb.
What was the supernatural
stuff?
It
was for Ravenswood.
Well, let me tell you, they tried having that.
I know, it's a spinoff.
Become a spinoff.
Yeah.
And I watched it. It was horrible. That's why I didn't get another
I watched
season.
the first episode and I said, I'm done.
Yeah, no.
No. Caleb is not that interesting. I don't like watching a 35-year-old man try to be a teenager. Same with Jenna. Jenna, why did they cast a 35-year-old woman to be a teenager?
But also, how old was Allison when she first, like,
12.
The girl.
In the pilot. She was 12 in the pilot.
12.
Faith?
Isn't that wild? And all these other girls are 20.
I know. Like, I think Spencer, the girl who played Spencer, I think she was the oldest. I think she was 19. She was the oldest out of them all.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn.
That was crazy. That is crazy. And then, like, when the show got picked up, she was 14.
Yeah. Well, what I picture, you know what's crazy is that just a couple years before she did the pilot, Sasha.
Yeah.
That's the girl's name of Allison.
Yeah.
She filmed the movie Shark Boy and Lava Girl. She was the Ice Princess girl.
You're right.
That's Allison. That's Allison. That was literally just a year before and I'm like, what happened? Puberty. What's going on?
Yeah, because she literally was a child. I mean, she was a child in both, but like she was like a child, and then she was like a teenager, but a child.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Right?
And then I was like, okay, so Pretty Little Liars has a podcast. I don't know if we covered it or not, but they have a podcast. And I don't even know why they have a podcast because it's not even. Anyways,
it's not even.
I don't like any of them. I don't like the girl who plays Paige, and I don't like her. I don't like.
Well, she already has a podcast. She does the Neds to Clash.
I don't like her as a person. She like
she's just too much.
She gives me the ick, and I don't know why. Okay, I know I'm being mean.
You're not the only one.
Okay, I know I'm being mean. I don't think her and I in the same room would vibe. Is what I'm trying to say. Her and I would not be friends. The girl who plays Jenna. Whatever. She's like, she was in Hannah Montana. I liked her in that.
I was just gonna say, like, did you know she was Jackson's girlfriend in Hannah Montana forever?
And so I'm like, whatever. But Pretty Little Liars has a podcast. Sasha was on it, and she was like, yeah, I was like 12 when the pilot came, and then when like it got picked up, and like we were doing like the flashback scenes, I was 14. And I was like, that's crazy. And they were both like, how did it feel being sexualized at 12 years old? Because, like, Allison is a very sexual character.
Oh, I know. She's, like the very first episode. I know you want to kiss me.
Yeah, and it's like...
she was deemed, like, you know, there was, in the show, there was confirmation that she was having sex with older men.
Ezra?
I don't think they ever had sex, but they were definitely doing something.
No, they had sex. Oh wait, no, he didn't. He had sex with her.
No, Detective Wilden, a police officer.
Yes, a police. What is with predators in this show? I need to know. Ian. Okay.
But they were also doing that with Spencer too. I'm like, this is why this show is horrible, and I don't know why they're still airing it. I get it; it's a good show, but this is like absolutely disgusting.
What is with the pedophilia?
Yeah. Who was the producer for this?
Because listen, I I will be toxic, and I was rooting for Ezra and Arya. Listen,
Yep.
that did
And
not
I
bother
was
me.
telling him, y'all.
Yeah,
I was telling him,
that did
don't
not
do
bother me
it.
because I mean, she was 17 and he was 24. I'm like, that's not that crazy. That's just not that crazy. And that's when they met. But then I find out he knew exactly who she was. He knew exactly who she was. She was not a stranger to him. He sought her out. He saw the opportunity and he fucking took it. That's disgusting.
He groomed her.
That is fucking gross. It's gross.
Yep. I told him.
That's fucking gross, dude.
I know, but the fact that so I watched it when it aired.
Yeah.
I was 11 years old. Pretty much the same age as Allison.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was fantasizing about having sex with my English teacher.
Yeah.
And I was 11, people.
Yeah.
This is not a good sign. This is not a good. And this was on ABC Family Brand. It's not like it's an actual HBO show.
I know.
And you could hide it from young, adolescent children.
Right.
Fuck no.
No. I mean, they were even doing that shit on Degrassi. You know?
And my mom refused to let me watch that, but I still found a way. I wanted to wear a big ass G-string thong like Manny did, showing off her whale tail in 8th grade. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's hot shit.
I could do that. That's hot shit.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at in the Pretty Little Liars recap. I'm sure I'll be finished it with her soon. And also, the
ending is wild.
Well, so I Googled it because there's.
Why would you do that?
No, because I know how it ends. I know who A is. I know who that is. I didn't know who second A was or third.
Listen, there's like 7 A's.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't know.
But like how the actual series ends.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. I watched it. Well, I watched it live.
Oh.
I didn't finish the
fine.
show. I just watched it live.
I thought you, of course.
Yeah.
Me with charm. I can't say anything.
Yeah.
But I thought you just Googled it just to Google it.
No.
And I was like, oh.
So I Googled because I know how it
person.
ends. I don't know how all the story intertwines. I don't know how she makes it into the show or whatever. I didn't know. I knew how it ended, but I just didn't know how all the story. This is why I'm rewatching because I want to know how all the stories intertwine.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
and I've watched it 3 times, and every time I watch it, I'm like, wait, how did this happen again? I don't even remember.
Right.
And so I get it.
So season 5, there were some lines that I picked up on. And don't listen to this if you haven't seen the show and you want to watch it. Just don't listen.
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers or whatever.
Don't. Still and follow us.
Yeah, absolutely. Tune into next week when we actually talk about pop culture. But we what was it? Oh, Spencer's mom. There's a whole
Veronica.
thing. Actually, it was probably season 4 because Spencer had memory loss, but it wasn't actually Spencer when people said they saw her, but it wasn't actually her. You're convinced that she didn't actually see her, whatever, but Allison's mom saw her. But then they're like, oh, it must have not been Spencer. It must have been Cece Drake that she saw. But in the end, you find out it was Evil Spencer.
No. Because Evil Spencer doesn't even know about her at that point. She literally finds out that she has a twin when Ren goes all the way to England 5 years later, and he thought he saw Spencer at a bar. Sorry, you don't know any of this.
I don't know any of this.
But no, she.
Okay, so Evil Spencer. But anyways, they're what's her name? Spencer's mom.
Torin? Oh, Veronica. So she goes, Spencer, you're acting like your evil self. You act like I don't even know you. You're acting like an evil Spencer. Well,
and I was like,
I don't want to say something if you don't know what's happening.
Well, so I Googled it. And I was like, when did the writers know who was going to be A in the end? And they said the end of season 4. So they were dropping little hints in season 5 and 6 and 7 on who Evil A was. The mastermind. So did Evil Spencer, she not, she didn't, when did she become the big A?
Not because, so it's either after this season or the next, but they do a 5-year time.
So it's after this season. So because season 6 and 7 are 5 years later.
Yeah, so it's around that time.
Wow. So she doesn't become.
But you don't know that until like.
So she
the
becomes.
last 3 episodes.
So
of
she
the
becomes
series.
like AD.
Yeah.
Because Cece Drake is.
Oh
A.
yeah. Well, it's A with emojis. That's what she does. She does A and then emoji right next to it because that was very popular then.
Right. Interesting. Anyways, I'm invested. I'm hooked. I don't like because like once you like get halfway through the season, there's like filler episodes where like nothing happens. But
has Spencer? Has she been taking a lot of Adderall?
She's already done that.
Okay, so that's like what Veronica's been kind of talking about is her evil self.
Yeah.
Because when she had her past addictions with Adderall, that's when she got fucking insane in the brain.
Yeah.
And that's what happened that night. She was still.
Right.
She was taking that Adderall stuff.
Yeah.
That's why it looked like she was hovering over Allison with a shovel.
Yeah.
Because she was on Adderall.
Yeah. So I was like looking into the books because I was like, maybe I should read the books after this, whatever. I'm like invested, right? But the books are so different from the show.
Oh, I know. Branton, remember you told me the spoiler of the book when I was watching Pretty Little Liars?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're like, no, Allison's still dead. It's who's A? It's her twin sister.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. So while I was watching Pretty Little Liars when it aired, none of that ever happened.
Yeah.
Except there was this one episode when she Allison's mom pulls out 2 boxes of a yellow dress or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, Brandon's right. Brandon's right.
So there is like Allison in the book, Allison when she was like 12 or something, found out she had a sister in Radley. And then when Radley closed, Allison's twin sister was released. And then she was the one that killed Allie, buried her in the gazebo. And then she was Allie after that. And so she played Allie. So when they're like, oh, Allie's alive, it wasn't actually Allison. It was her twin sister. And the girl that was in the casket was actually Allie. But Allison's twin sister was
twist to Parent Trap.
Yeah, like Allison's sister was A. Like she was A, like the big A, not Cece Drake.
Okay. No, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyhow, you guys, thank you guys so much for catching up with us.
Fun random
episode
to kick off the end of summer.
Yes, we will be getting back into the groove of things. We are off our hiatus. And I am so excited to be jumping right back into this.
I know.
Yes. There are going to be some weeks where we don't post an episode, just so everybody knows.
We're human, all right?
And also, like I said again, this is a passion project. Okay? We have lives. Anyways, this isn't, if this was a job, this would be our life, but it's not a job.
But Brandon and I will be in person in Florida.
Yeah.
Come October.
Yes.
So maybe we'll film some fun things.
Maybe a little vlog.
That'd be
Put
cute.
it on the YouTube.
It'll be Pride Parade.
Yes, Pride. We'll do a little vlog for Pride. How fun.
Yes. Make outfits.
Would love. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching the Chat Club podcast. Make sure you guys follow us anywhere you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. We are there. We are also available for visual listeners, youtube.com/@thechatclub podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok @thechatclub. And that is it. Make sure you follow Faith and I as well on social media. I can't believe I remembered that.
Kudos to you. I just make faces in the camera like,
slay.
What he said.
Slay. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And we will see you next week when we actually talk about current pop culture things.
Yes. Hopefully something big happens.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye. It's been real.